I'm Adam Parker. I am the chair of the Math and Computer Science Department, professor of mathematics, and I've been here for 13 years. For me, it's about the people. That's the best thing about working here. We talk about the people, the place, and the passion, and often it's easiest to talk about the passion because it's very visible. It's easy to talk about the place because we're here every day. But sometimes it's a little hard to put your finger on what exactly it is about the people that makes it great. And for me, it's the colleagues. It's that the silos are broken down. That it's not uncommon for a coach to reach out to a faculty member, for an administrator to reach out to a coach, or vice versa, and to have those walls broken down, to have people's phone numbers, to be able to reach out for anything you need, both on campus and off campus, is really makes waking up in the morning an easy place to go to work, for sure. I love my colleagues in the hallway. I love seeing my students studying out in the lounge. I love seeing them doing their extracurricular activities, whether it be the play or sports. And so all of that just recharges the battery every single day that I'm here. For us, it starts very early. We are very involved in the recruiting process. And so starting on July 1st, we're emailing prospects. We've set up a recruiting website for students that are interested in math, computer science, and statistics, data science, and information systems. And so we're out there at the very beginning learning about our applicants, getting to know them, seeing if we have something that we can offer them, and kind of learning about what they're going through, because a lot of our math students might not be recruited for athletic events or may not be recruited in other areas. And so for us to have the opportunity to show them that we want them here at Wittenberg and we value them is we start that early. But then to make sure that we continue that throughout their career, and so that entire time they realize that we're walking that walk when we're talking about what we have to offer them as a high school student, that we make sure that we are actually providing that all the way through their college career. And so when we talk about I believe that other schools do it as well, but when we say that we are involved with our students, we walk that walk. At least I know that we do it at Wittenberg, and we do it in my department. So it's making sure that that is actually occurring for them, and so providing opportunities for research, for support if they need support, if something's gone wrong. It can be something in class, it can be something out of class, but just making sure that they know that we're here all the way from high school to after they graduate, and we're invited to weddings and getting birth announcements all the way back. So I like to tell there's two stories that I like to tell. The first one is about a student named Danny, who was in my very first semester in my Calc 2 8 a.m. in the morning class. So he's a freshman in Calc 2 at 8 in the morning, and this is my very first class I've ever taught in 2005. And so I get to know him. He's very bright. He comes from a great background, came in with lots of credits. He was in Calc 2 as a freshman. And we talked, and we got to know what he wanted to do, and he wanted to go on. He wanted to do research in chemistry and in cancers. And for him, we needed to set up a curriculum that would get him from point A to point B. And so for him, it was lots of research opportunities, both on campus and off campus. He did double major, had a 4.0. He did awesome work. For him, that meant going on to Johns Hopkins for a PhD program in pharmacology, did a postdoc at Notre Dame, and is now a professor at a little liberal arts school in Springfield, Ohio. He is now working in our chemistry department. And so to see that kind of full circle, to be at his wedding, to see his daughter around campus or around town is a lot of fun. But I contrast that with a student also named Danny, who was a first-generation student that hadn't had those same opportunities and was in my pre-calculus class, so the exact kind of opposite. And we talked about what he wanted to do, and he wanted to become a coach, because his coach was the only person that told him he was going to be able to go to college. And he wanted to do that for other kids. And so for him, it wasn't doing research off campus, it wasn't getting a 4.0 in 2 different majors, it was approaching his classes with the same tenacity that he approached the football field. It was being in my office, it was working in the math workshop, it was making connections with the schools so he could get a job. And at the end of the day, when he walked across campus, or across the stage at graduation, he couldn't have been prouder. And so I like at Wittenberg that we have the ability to take great students and challenge them and make that passion brighter, at the same time as supporting students that might need a little bit of support. I think that's a unique position for Wittenberg to be in, because quite frankly, it's often the same students that need help and are great at something. So some of my math students that are brilliant or very smart can't write their way out of a paper bag. And the people that are on excellent in the plays maybe need a little help with math. So the same student often takes advantage of both that challenge that we can provide as well as the support that might be available for them. So those are my stories about students that I think we've ignited a passion in maybe two different ways that is a little different for both of them.